Proverbs 1:1, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. I'm breaking our normal pattern for this devotional. Our next proverb study is set for Proverbs 21:24, and we'll pick back up there next time, Lord willing. But seeing that this is the 700th proverb devotional, I wanted to take a moment to remind our viewers and listeners of the purpose for these devotionals. As we just read, the first verse of Proverbs is actually the title, which includes the name of the human author of the book, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. Ironically, as we've mentioned a time or two in the previous 699 devotionals, the point of our reading and applying the wisdom of the book of Proverbs is to avoid doing foolish things and ending our lives either prematurely or having made shipwreck like the human author of this book did. When we read and study the life of Solomon, we see a man born into privilege and blessing, but also born into a time of scandal. Many forget that Solomon was born as a result of King David committing adultery with Bathsheba. David had Bathsheba's husband, Uriah the Hittite, placed in the forefront of battle and in a place where he would most likely be killed, so that he could then steal Uriah's wife. Uriah died, and David added Bathsheba to his harem of wives, which included Ahinoam the Jezreelitess, Abigail the Carmelite widow of Nabal, Michal the daughter of Saul, and according to 2 Samuel 5:13, David had also taken more, quote, more concubines and wives out of Jerusalem, end quote, and already had 11 kids in Jerusalem alone. Bathsheba was pregnant, gave birth to a son, and that first child died. Solomon was the next child born to Bathsheba and David. David decided that instead of his older children, Solomon would be the one who would be his successor and sit on his throne. And when that time came, God appeared to Solomon, as told in 2 Chronicles chapter 1, and offered to give whatever he would ask of him. And 2 Chronicles 1:10 tells us that Solomon said, "Give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this thy people that is so great?" And God did just that. And these proverbs are the result of that gift of God to Solomon. But the problem is, Solomon didn't live by these proverbs much of the time, and by the end of his life, he had totally forsaken much of the wisdom given to him by God, as found here in our book of Proverbs. Solomon had a wealth of wisdom, but neglected it and didn't use it. It's like having a bank account with $1 million, but then not paying your bills, so your house and your car is repossessed and you become homeless, all because you never use the wealth at your disposal. And these proverbs are like gold. They're really priceless. And yet, these proverbs are practically useless to those who do not adopt and implement the wisdom in their heart, mind, and daily living, as we saw Solomon failed to do as well. So with this 700th proverb devotional, let's pause and recommit ourselves to not only reading, but doing what we are told in this book of divinely inspired wisdom, as we heed the warning of the divine author of the entire Bible in the words of Jesus found in Luke 6:49. Jesus said, "But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built an house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell. And the ruin of that house was great." Building your life on God's Word and on these Proverbs gives you the solid rock foundation for living. But the lack thereof tells you exactly why Solomon's life ended badly.